Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about land resources. Growing up, we all have learned about different type of natural resources, and land is one of the natural resources. So, if the natural resources, some of those are finite in character, we can add this particular resource also in that category of finite. So, land is also finite in character, so we should be conserving it because it is of utmost importance to us. We use land for a various purposes. We use it for laying down railway tracks, for construction of roads. We use it for agricultural purpose. In fact, most of the land is used for agricultural purposes only. We use it for construction activities of for our settlements, for industries, factories, and also for recreation. So it is very clear that we are using land for a lot of purposes. Apart from this, we get groundwater, minerals, fossil fuels, in fact a lot of things from the land only. 95% of our basic needs we obtain it from the land itself. In India, we have different type of relief features. In fact, to understand this better, we have different type of land forms. So the land is in different forms in India. So if you see this map properly, it is very clear from here that we have mountains. You can see this properly here. We have the mountains, we have the plateau region, we have the great Indian plains here, we have some coastal plains also, and we have the desert as well as the island groups. So we have different types of landforms in India, and depending on the type of landform, we have different type of soils also in India. If you see this graph, see this pie diagram, you can see the division of plains, mountains, and plateaus. So, to understand this better, if you see properly, we have most of the area under the plains category, and then rest we have in mountains, and the least we have in plateau region. So 43% of the total land area of India is under the plains. Your 30% is under the mountainous region, and 27% is under the plateau region. So this is the broad division which I have shown you. There is one pie chart which is given in your book, which is actually comparing. You have to compare and study this one. If you notice properly, in 1960-61 and in 1914-15, 2014-15, there is a increase in the area of forest comparing to 1960-61. Do you notice that there is one increase? Now if you see here, it is 23.3%. It was 18.11% in 1960-61 and 23.3% in 2014-15. It shows an improvement, and you must be happy thinking that okay, we have increased in our forest area, but according to national forest policy, we should at least have 33% of the total land use under forest. So it is far less than that. And apart from that, you will also notice that the barren and unculturable wasteland, which was around 18.11% in 1960-61, has reduced to just 5.5%. And if you see the next category, that is the area under non-agricultural use, which was 14.95%, is has increased to 8.7%. Similarly, you can see it for the other activities also. So the barren and unculturable land, it is either brought under our non-agricultural uses, maybe for making industries, for settlement purposes, and the forest area has increased. Some of the unculturable land is brought under the forest area also. So some of the good thing has also happened in the recent past, and some of the bad things has also happened. Rather than becoming more critical of it, let's move on to the next topic, that is how do we utilize land. Okay, so land is being utilized basically for forests. Okay, in fact, a lot of land in India now, 23.3%, that's what we learned just now, is brought into forest, yet more has to be brought under this particular category, as because forests are the lungs of the environment. And the next one is land not available for cultivation. So there is particular category of land which is not available for cultivation, that is, it is not suitable for cultivation. So in this category we have barren and wasteland which cannot be used for cultivation. There is land which is put to non-agricultural uses, maybe for construction activities of industry, settlement. So all these comes under the land which is not available for cultivation. So the next category shows us other uncultivated land, which excludes the fallow land. Please focus here properly, which excludes the fallow land. So the first one is permanent pasture and grazing land, where the cattle are being left over for grazing and for pasture purpose. Okay, land under miscellaneous and tree crops groups, which is not included in the net zone areas. What is net zone area? Net zone area is the area which is brought under cultivation. So to understand it better, there is one land I am showing you. So this area, if it is 1 acre, this is the area which is brought under cultivation. So if I say what is the net zone area, it is only 1 acre. Now why I am saying this 1 acre land is net zone area, there is one more concept of gross cropped area. So gross cropped area is basically if this particular 1 acre is cultivated for twice in a year, then this will give us the gross cropped area of 2 acre. So that is the difference between net zone area and gross cropped area. So other uncultivated land includes your permanent pasture, grazing land, and the land under miscellaneous tree crops and groves. Let's move on to the next topic, that is fallow land. So fallow land, the word itself tells us that something which is left fallow, which is not brought into use. So there are two categories in this also, current fallow and other than fallow land. So a land which is not used for a year or less than that, maybe for a few months, that particular land is called current fallow. And why do the farmers leave the land fallow? They leave it fallow so that the land can regain its fertility naturally. And other than fallow land is basically the land which is left fallow for a year or more than that, till 5 years. Till 5 years, from 1 year to 5 years, if a land is left fallow, it is known as fallow land, other than fallow land. Next is your net zone area, which I just now discussed with you. So net zone area is the area which is brought under cultivation, and there is one more concept, that is gross cropped area. So net zone area, if it is used twice, then the gross cropped area multiplies to twice, and if it is used thrice, then multiply to 3. So that is how it goes on. So this much for today. I hope you understood everything. Thank you.